waste. Wrong one. City. Full day here. He goes into gay baby jail. Are you gonna take any of the manticores with you?
Not unless they particularly want to come.
Only Ilya has ever volunteered to come as a guide.
Well, if she wants to volunteer again, she's welcome to. Otherwise, we're fine by this point. Got ourselves a desert elf.
She's a sun elf. Thank you very much.
Okay.
She will say to you.
Alright, fair enough.
Uh, uh,
Hey, Vision. What?
What the fuck?
It's dogs.
Ah, it's my favorite shard of madness. Is it actually her, or is it another shard?
You come across a table in the middle of the desert. There are 3 dogs of varying breeds. One is basically a wolf, and you see Jailith sitting there again. Also, I will point out that this image is totally safe for work. Those aren't nibnops. Them's eyeballs.
Great.
Great. That's great. Oh boy.
Yep. Phil's gonna go up and say hi.
Alright. Jailith will turn to you and start speaking. Do you know Aklo?
I believe she can cheat with telepathy, but I'll double check. Draconic, Wolfkin, Abyssal, Celestial, Primordial, and Telepathy.
Alright. Well, I guess telepathy will work.
Yeah. I think she did it before.
You will be asked if you want to be dealt in. Joker's Wild.
Fuck yeah, I'd love to. I mean, usually people take off their clothes when I play poker, but yeah.
It's 5-card stud.
Ah. Again, people usually take off their clothes when it comes to playing studs, but sure.
Jailith will point out that she's not wearing any, and only one of the dogs has a collar.
Point taken.
What do the rest of you do?
She will ask if any of you want to come deal in for a hand.
I'll watch because I am dumb.
Alright. Bodhi is not a great gambler, all things considered. At least I think she has a terrible bluff. Let's have a look here.
Oh, fuck it. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, her bluff is just wank. She does not gamble.
5-card stud poker is the earliest form of stud poker. It's an American version that basically got incredibly popularized and now is played in every casino in the world.
Yep, for Texas Hold'em.
Yep. I don't really play poker. The only game I like playing is 21.
21's fun.
Blackjack.
Yep.
Same thing.
It literally means the same thing, but in California it's always called 21, and like in the South and other places called blackjack. But yeah. Interestingly enough, a lot of modern card games actually come from American revisions.
Yeah.
Just it's because people didn't have anything to do when, well, because remember, America's made up of a bunch of Europeans. Europeans came here, didn't have anything to do, so they played cards, and then they just kept updating the card game.
Yep.
So,
Madam Hoots wants to play a hand as well.
Okay. And LOL will just kind of stand over here. Ilya is gonna kind of scratch her head befuddledly at what she's saying.
Yeah, Bodhi will explain if neither of them have been so graciously introduced to Jailith, one of the shards of her incomprehensible lattice work of madness.
Yeah, I was like, this can only happen on a 42, and then I thought to myself, that's never gonna happen, so I'm gonna make it 40 to 45. I'm very glad it eventually happened. I just never expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
I also like how this token perfectly has the dog's paw.
Yeah, up on the fucking
Um,
table. Yeah, I thought that
yeah.
was for a very brief moment. I was like, is that on purpose? Because it even
It
looks like it knuckles up.
it was actually on purpose. I painstakingly put him like that.
Yeah. Anyway,
To be totally honest, at first I thought the dogs came with the table. As
yeah,
its
exactly.
own
That's
token.
why I was like, I thought it was one big token. When I saw that wolf on the top there, I was like, that looks perfectly positioned, like a little too perfectly.
Oh no, I actually had to try to do that. You notice these are all where they're all standing on what should be tables.
Yeah,
I mean
Chairs.
chairs, but you know.
yeah, yeah.
I superimpose them over it, and this is actually really good. I'm proud of this map. I'm gonna save it.
Yeah.
Especially for taking like 5 minutes to build. Like even that gambling set right there isn't part of the isn't part of anything. That's separate.
Yeah. Thel will offer to deal because I don't know that cards can be 100% trusted to remain their same static suit when they enter Giolith's hand or exit them.
She doesn't look too fussed about that.
Yeah.
Alright,
I half
and,
expect us to all be like, here's a legitimate suit, and she's got the rules to playing Monopoly spread across 5 poker cards.
I mean, that's not actually too far out of bounds with Shylith. But we're not going to actually play poker because I can't be asked. So what we're actually going to do is we're gonna do like Dates of Fate, but with int modifiers.
Oh goodness. Can we go with charisma
And
modifiers
I'm
for
going-
if you want to just go wicked hard in the paint for lying?
Okay, you can do either int or charisma.
Thank you.
And because this is a shard, I'm not going to make her actually have Jylith's int.
That's nice. Oh, poor Madam Hoots is going to have a hard time with her -2
Well,
intelligence
remember,
and her -1 inch charisma.
Okay, well,
Decent bluff for a stone griffin.
I will give her advantage on that because she's a griffin and made of stone.
Nice.
Bodhi won't get that advantage.
She's not playing, it's fine. She's not really a gambler.
I'm only doing it because I love Fattest Pigeon.
It's pretty great. Yeah, sadly, Bodhi's facial expression, unless she falls asleep, does change.
So 1d8 plus into a charisma, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All right. 7, 7, 11, 8, and then doggos.
Oh, I dropped a fucking 8. Oh, poor... Wait, no, I dropped highest. Oh, she's got a 7. Yay!
Doggos get.
Ah, fuck. Oh, right, okay,
one
that's different.
one gets a 13. One gets a 5, and one gets an 8. So first round goes to Wolf Doggo.
God damn, Wolf Doggo fucking crushed it.
He got a 13.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, second round. We're only gonna go like 3 rounds. I can't be asked to gamble that. What?
I got a 7 again.
Oh. I'm dealing myself junk.
Oop. Alright, Shylith gets 12, and Doggos. Alright. Oh man!
No, that
Wolf
dog is...
Doggo.
Is the wolf dog cheating? This is the second flush.
No, he's just really good at this game. So, he doesn't actually beat Jylith though. Because he only has a 3, Jylith has 5. So he gets 11 again. Okay, and the other 2 get 7s. And one last round.
Okay. Damn it.
That's more like it.
Oh, poor Hoots. Yeah. Though will confess that she prefers losing slowly at poker herself.
Oh.
Ah, come on!
Out.
If Wolfdog gets another 8 though, I'm calling cheat. Okay.
Oh no. Wolfdog got 7 and then 4 and then 2. It looks like Jylith carries the day.
Darn it.
Yep. She will take all the chips. She will give each dog a pat in the head, and then give Thella a scruffle before falling over in a pile of worms, and then disappearing.
Bye, Jylith. I mean, that was fun. Though we'll also pet the doggos. Madam Hoots will stomp away annoyed at rolling just dealing hot garbage all game long.
All right. Eventually, the dogs will wander off and disappear over the dunes.
This desert is a super crazy place.
I don't know. Nice to see that Jylith's still kicking around just fine.
Yes. I didn't think that was something we would need, like, reconfirmed.
Well, I don't know, actually, if anyone's existence would be, like, perilously endangered just by the imprisoning of a creature of darkness and endless tentacles. Like, there's entirely a possibility that Jylith might have gotten involved and we not even notice it, and then she would have come to harm at the same time. I mean, it wasn't likely, but since it was a non-zero chance, that means it could totally have happened, because it's Jylith.
Yeah, but if it did happen, it would have also not happened, because it's Shyleth.
Maybe. Then everyone gets a nosebleed.
Yay! We're watching Kanathis play Bioshock again. It's pretty great.
What?
Bioshock Infinite, you get a fucking the Booker nosebleed as reality crosses over with itself.
That's where that saying comes from, Kanathis.
Oh yeah.
Was your playthrough of that game.
Right.
You were a lot better at that game than I am. Anyways. Alrighty then. So, enough of that. Eventually, you guys are going to be led into a great open plain where you can see, oddly enough, you cross like a shimmering threshold, and then you see a great ocean laid before you in the middle of a desert.
Huh.
And then when you guys see that, your guide will start and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I should have." And she will raise her ring to her mouth, kiss it, and then kiss each of you on the forehead.
Eh. Bodhi squirms. Huh.
Wow.
Fancy.
Very pyramidal.
Is that a word?
It is now.
Fair enough. Well, I'll be. This is a very pretty city.
welcome to the City of the Sun.
Uh,
Here we have existed sequestered from the rest of the world for millennia, out of equal parts penance and fear of the outside world. I want to impress upon you, Lady Knight, that almost everyone in this city was not alive during the Titan War.
Yeah, I've already been told that, because you're here, it's pretty much an evidence that you aren't part of, the genocide target.
It bears repeating. You aren't
Enough.
the first old stone to come here, and every other one has sought bloody revenge.
Fair enough. Although now I'm starting to worry that it's just because, like, the moment they came in, people were super duper racist to them. It might not even be a genocide thing. Just, maybe some of them were dicks.
Uh, from what I know, every time they found our civilization, we were attacked.
Fair
It
enough.
could be, but I have lived here since my mother, and my mother brought me here, so there's to be fair, there's only been 3 gargoyles who've attacked, but still,
Right.
people will still fear you for who you are, especially being a paladin of Ashea, and one who seems to gleam with more energy than the usual ones. If you
Yeah.
look down at yourself, Bodhi, um, you'll notice some slight changes. You'll notice that your great wings have small red etchings in them that seem to resemble feathery wings. It's not like you still have great bat-like wings, but it's like someone had painted it on top of. And if you were to look into a mirror, you would notice your eyes starting to slightly glow a faint gold.
Hmm.
You would suspect this is the side effects of being
Claimed.
uh what's it called? No, I had a cool name for it. Fury rot.
That was it, yeah.
You are slowly but surely turning into one of Ashea's furies.
Yep. She's a little bit sad that her original mother given form is changing. Or more than a little
And
sad, actually, because she's vehemently opposed to it any time the possibility has ever come up. That she's just like, it just has to happen now.
it's not like you're going to it's not like your wings are going to actually change into feathery wings or anything like that, but it's more like someone is painting over it.
Yeah, I mean, that still, in its way, bothers her because, like, she literally has never even let people paint over her.
Yeah, and if you would remember, Ashea really didn't want to,
Yep. I mean,
but
Bodhi knows,
that's
so she's sad about it, but not angry.
it's a consequence of summoning an avatar of a goddess to your world. Something must be taken in return.
Yep. Yeah, she will just glance away at Eloa's commentary on that and be like, it's fine. I won't be doing any smashing people, and I assume pretty much wholeheartedly that everyone is going to view me with either trepidation, outright fear, or hatred, and whatever, it'll wash over me. I have endless patience.
All right. Well, follow me then. We shall go into the antechambers.
Alright.
All right. Let me pull up. Oh, wrong layer.
Hmm?
So this is the city of the sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be daytime all the time, right?
No.
Oh, thank
By the time
goodness.
you guys got here, it is nighttime.
Yeah, look at that
Oh,
beautiful
good.
night sky.
I was afraid. The sun is an oppressive, mean thing.
No, for you, the sun is great as long as it's, resting above the water.
Yeah, above the water.
As
Or
you
under it,
guys,
which would be amazing.
as you guys
Yeah.
approach the Temple of the Sun, there is a rather deep pool that you'll notice.
Yes, I don't know if
The
people would like it.
entranceway, the
Don't know if
entrance.
they'd like me swimming in that.
Well, when you approach and you guys start walking towards this way, Eloa will turn to Lirelai. We have never had any parley with sea creatures of your kind. Of course, we've read about them in stories, but the sun pool is open to you if you need it.
It does sound nice to go swimming.
Del will ask what the rules are on sex in the sun pool.
uh LOL will just kind of look at you, and then you guys have gathered like a crowd of onlookers, some of which, a lot of which recoil in fear whenever they see Bodhi, but when they understand that her hands are firmly welded to her sides, they'll look upon you with trepidation. But they're all in various stages of shall we say, it would be scandalous in Fafnir.
Yeah.
How?
Uh, remember, Fafnir is while pretty open about it, you still can't just walk around butt naked. That's the other Fey town.
Right. Okay.
Del will shrug. No worries about asking.
Yeah, the most actual sedate, clothed city on the planet is actually the human capital.
Boring.
Yeah, because doggos don't really care. Fae don't understand your human need for like wrapping clothing around yourself. They just like pretty things. And these are sun elves. It's hot out here.
Curse you, desert heat. Curse you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, Bodhi remains quiet and is not going to do any talky while here. In fact, she's probably got her big old green cloak of comfort just as wrapped around as much of her body as she can manage.
I mean, I could just adapt my body to the environment now, but that's expending energy. I have this nice umbrella.
Yep. They've left Ilya on the outskirts there.
Oopsie poopsie.
Meow.
Hmm.
I think
Alright.
Madam Hoots is going to go find a nice place to go do a heckin' perch.
So you mean...
Yeah, that seems about good.
Alright. So, what do you guys do? You're approaching the main, what appears to be a cathedral with a pyramid on top.
Following in. I don't know what there is to do.
Yeah.
Alright. I was just wondering if Lirelai was just going to break off from the party and take a dip.
No, I'll do it later.
Alright. So, you guys are gonna come all the way up here into the massive, golden inlaid pyramid. And you'll notice all on your way up, You guys have been around a religion and stuff enough. I won't make you make a check. Um, you'll notice a lot of inscriptions towards a particular goddess, Talia Village, and you'll notice inscriptions of another sort. She seems to be a bit lesser than Talia Village, almost as a progeny or a daughter sort. Could anyone make me a check? I'd accept religion, history, or just an uh like an intelligence based check.
Do you want to do on religion?
Alright, hang on. Hang on.
Hoppiton to make Thel's has she had sex with it test.
I would actually accept that.
Fuck it, sure. What was it, D Hundy?
Yeah, no.
No?
No, actually, I don't even need to make her make a check for this because it's been so recent. You know exactly who this is.
Oh. Tricks the goddess?
No.
Gal
Do
who
you
sent Marlem off to the sky?
Yep. You remember Luana?
Oh, right, yes.
The Sphinx you guys met in the Manticore dungeon who was just trying to do her own thing?
Yes.
Apparently you've only just now found out. Yeah, that's a demigoddess you guys met.
Oh, she was lovely.
Literally the daughter of Talia Village, the goddess of the stars, cosmos, and travelers far from home.
No wonder she likes her cool observatory.
Mm-hmm. I have been holding on to that secret for a while.
Yeah. Yep.
So, you finally enter these antechambers, and you see a dusky-skinned elven woman sitting on a throne with, well, to us, out of character, a rather modern haircut, but to people back then, you know, she has her hair shaved on one side with long hair swooped over, and she bears quite a few battle scars.
Neat.
Eh, I'll
Now, are we
expect this.
sure it's a she? Because it's an in-case character.
Right? Actually, this in-case character is actually a dude, but no.
Exactly.
But no. From what she's wearing, you're very quickly able to tell she's a she.
Great.
And she is sitting upon a great gilded throne. And when she sees Eloa walk up, she uh, beams happily and throws open her arms. And Eloa runs up and tackle hugs her. And they speak rapidly in Elvish for a while before Eloa stands aside and then gestures towards you all. The Sun Elf regards you all with warm smiles before, like, fixing her gaze on Bodhi, and her
Yeah, but it's
gaze
just gonna stand against a wall. She is not gonna get involved.
kind of freezes before she, warily looks over what she's wearing and then carrying on to Ilya, and Ilya will run up and give her a hug as well.
Yeah. And they do a fucking quick shuffle.
I accidentally moved Ilya behind her.
Yep.
So, you are the ones who saved my daughter from that sunken place.
Uh, what's she speaking in?
She appears to be speaking in Wolfkin, but her lips don't actually match what she's saying.
Uh, yeah, that was us. Well, mostly, actually Bodhi there. She won't admit it herself, though, so...
Yep, Bodhi will remain quiet on this point. Maybe like grind a foot in the floor.
I I thank you, Old Stone, for such a service to be rendered from you to mine. She kind of casts down her gaze. Uh, I don't know what to say.
Then don't. It's fine. The less said, the better.
Hmm. The only time your kind have come here was to spread ruination and destruction. Rightly deserved, mind you. I'm not blaming you. I, after all, did my fair share when I was under his influence, and she'll like cross a hand across, the scars on her face, and you notice these kind of scars, from the depth and just the kind of cut they are. This was probably done by one of your cousins.
Yeah, I recognize the claws. Although Bodhi doesn't say that, she'll nod. So I've been told. But no, I don't personally blame you. Again, something I'll probably have to keep on saying over and over. You wouldn't be here if you weren't to blame.
uh, she'll just kind of stop at that. I'm sorry, it just, we want to express how much the ones who were part of it hated that we were, and the ones who weren't part of it were blameless.
I understand.
We just wanted to sit here in the inner sea, far away from the world, but it seems the outer world has found us. We are not fools, Old Stone. We were not. Well, we were infiltrated, but we were not infiltrated so easily. I found out that my chief advisor had been turned, but now we face a crisis looming within the city. You don't have to go on some complex, intricate political scheme to find out who were the hags laying in our city. They were revealed, and now they have warded themselves off within one of our pirouettes. Not pirouettes. What are they called?
one
Obelisk.
of our fancy
Leave,
dancers.
leave me alone. And are even now spreading their darkness to our city. And I fear about a quarter of our population have been turned. You stand
Oh,
within the last vestiges. The reason why you don't see this when you enter the city is our light bringers have warded off the entire area of the city where this is happening, like a plague. And I also warn you, a great titanic figure clad in ice and black iron has been seen striding among their number.
he sound familiar, Bodhi?
Like stone crunches beneath her toes.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking too. Um, so yeah, um, Your Majesty, when can we start?
If you are who Talia said was coming, then immediately. Passage will be made for you. Please enter the heart of our city. S- Kill whoever has fallen. You cannot redeem them. It pains me to say, but no dark elf, drow, whatever you want to call them, has ever been redeemed from what they are. And if he manages to finish whatever he's doing and bring them to whatever he wants to do, well, that'll spell darkness for all of us.
Alright. Then let's begin killing.
Alright. And Elua will approach you. I am a Lightbringer. I am not a fighter and barely a healer, but take this, and she'll take off the talisman and very fearfully and hesitantly put it around Bodhi's neck.
It isn't the first time I've worn it.
But this is the first time you actually knew the phrase.
R2, Varata, something.
Hang on. And she will tell you the phrase in Elvish. If you ask her what it says, she'll repeat to you. It says a light shining in darkness.
I kind of had a feeling it would be that. That's right. Call it a hunch. I might have been able to guess that.
How? How would you ever have been able to do that?
I have no idea.
Not like it's your favorite phrase ever or anything.
Actually, my favorite phrase ever is "such is life in the wasteland."
Oh, I thought it was open bar.
Oh no, that is actually my favorite. I stand corrected. But it's one of my favorite references, so leave me alone.
Fair
You
enough.
guys suck.
Yep. Flatu, bad titties, Nicto.
So, is there anything you guys would like to do in Elftown before you go into the core and remove the Heart of Darkness? Sorry.
I would like to get a tank built out of destroyed car parts and acquire a boomstick. Actually, Thel has a boomstick. She would also like to drive the death car.
What are these references to something?
To Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Okay, so this most recent reference was Army of Darkness. The one before that was Fallout New Vegas.
Yep.
Things I have both neither watched or played.
I think you would enjoy Army of Darkness.
My
It's very
God,
silly.
how are we going to fit everything we need to do in one day, Kanathis? Well,
Just
because
one
I'm
day?
visiting. Okay, I'll tell you what. The con ends at 8 every day. I will go over to Canada, and every day I will drag you to something new.
8? That's a lot.
All the places for
But-
food.
8 p.m. I mean, that takes like an hour. It takes like at least an hour to get between the cities. That's like 9 p.m. It's like,
Well then I'll leave early then. I kind of forget there's another city in between Vancouver and Seattle sometimes. I know because I've been to that other city.
I don't know if there is.
Yeah, there is. There's like that tiny little strip of a city, you know,
No
just
idea
before
where
you hit Vancouver. What's it called? All right. Anyways, so good news and bad news. Good news is you guys are on to the last part of like this continent. Bad news is
Okay.
I don't have it set up, and I'm
Oh.
very tired.
Dope.
Okay.
Fair
Fair
enough.
enough.
I kind of thought that the random encounter was going to be a combat one. And I haven't been preparing because all of my preparing time has been taken up by an extra 4 hours of work.
I like that this statement
We
that you're
understand.
making, this explanation is being accompanied by like classical violins in the background. It's very fitting. I apologize. Things and times have been inconvenient.
Okay, it is my fault, but you know, it's still I've still been working 60+ hour weeks. And this is literally the day after I get off of work. So
Fair enough.
I'm basically falling apart right now.
That's fine.
I know how you feel.
But guys, don't worry. In 1 month, I'm going to be working 10-hour days every day with 3-day weekends.
It's pretty
So
good.
4 10s and 3 days off, which means I will have plenty of time to run typical like 4-hour sessions.
I mean,
But
that's
as it
pretty
is now, especially with me having to wake up at Kanathis times to go to work
Yeah, gross.
when I work the night shift, I just don't have time in the week to actually prepare everything I need to do.
Fair enough.
Alright, so I'm sorry we're having to cut it off after only like an hour, but I'm hoping, especially because next week I don't have work really early in the morning. I'm gonna set up the dungeon. I'm not gonna make like the stray dungeons where they're really, really, really huge. You know, gonna make it short, sweet, and to the point. You know,
Some
have a nice
more like
boss battle.
encounter maps.
sounds good.
Like more of a saving dungeon rather than Adjutha dungeon. There we go.
I don't know if you've realized, but the last few saving dungeons have been lengthy, brutal, dick-dragging
Have you
affairs.
seen? Did you see how huge that fucking
Just the
I
castle.
haven't
songstress
been
castle
able-
was?
I
That was
haven't
like
been able
6
to watch
floors of stuff.
70 for 3 months because I've been working.
Fair enough. It was very old Temple of Eld Noor from Pillars of Eternity inspired.
Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, working 60-hour weeks, 60+ hour weeks is nice, but it means that I don't have any time for like I try to like play video games and have like my little, you know, my relaxation times, and I have no time to watch other people's D&Ds for 4 hours every time.
Very understandable.
Since we're gonna be bringing it to a close, shall we get the stream signed off?
Yeah, I believe so. Apologies for the short one, but we have made our progress. In the next session, we can get into smashing some evil elf face, which I know will excite a number of the elf haters amongst you all. But if you're watching in the VOD or you're watching in the stream, I hope that you have yourselves a lovely motherfucking good time, and please do take care.
Bye stream, bye YouTube.
Richmond, Kanathis.